It's a new era! Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 is officially underway, and I gotta say, based on everything everyone is saying on social media, big streamers, big YouTubers, stuff like that, this seems to be going over very well, and the launch of the new season and era of Fortnite in general seems to have been perfectly executed by Epic Games. Now, in this video, I'm going to give you my very first look and analysis as to what's going on with the storyline this season. As you guys know, we've got an all-new set of characters, an all-new storyline, starting pretty much from scratch, and I want to dive into it, of course, because that's what I do here on the channel. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoy, and consider subscribing to the channel and becoming a part of the family today if you like what you see and you want to see more. So, yesterday, the black hole lifted, and we actually got to see the cutscene for the new season, and it doesn't exactly explain a whole lot, but it does give us a brief glimpse at the start of the new season story with the new Battle Pass characters. So I will go ahead and run the trailer for you now. So let's start off with the obvious. After we get sucked away from the black hole and we get transported to the new map, we are greeted with 4 new characters from the season's Battle Pass. They are Journey, the Turk skin, the Ripley skin, as well as the 8-Ball versus Scratch skin. None of these are actually the tier 100 skin, which we'll get into later. If you're curious, it's actually the skin that I'm using in-game right now. Basically, these 4 characters in this cinematic trailer are just exploring the map, and it looks as though they have just gotten there for the first time, along with everyone else. By the way they're looking around the map, by the way they're exploring, it sure seems like they are new to the map, and so now that begs the question, was this map created at the instant the black hole sucked everyone in, or has it existed in some other alternate universe for a while? As we know, based on what the Visitor was doing at the end of last season, leading up to the event and ultimately during the event, there are many different versions of the Visitor. There are many different parallel universes. That's where all the different rockets came from during the event, and so it wouldn't be too unreasonable to think this place has existed forever, and this is where the Visitor was trying to send us. Either way, it's a really interesting thing to think about. Here's another little factoid that you might not have noticed that might help tip the scale in favor of these characters belonging specifically to this map. At the end of the cinematic trailer, you see the battle bus come flying in. The battle bus has a whole bunch of skins that we recognize. And when does the battle bus come over the map? It goes over the map to drop players off for a battle royale game. But the 4 characters that were shown at the beginning of the trailer and that are featured throughout a majority of it were already there before the battle bus even arrives. So I wonder if, in fact, this map has existed for a while, and these characters, the 4 characters from the Battle Pass this season, have just been roaming around the map. It's also fair to point out that the characters seem to be surprised by the arrival of the battle bus. Maybe they weren't expecting it? Who knows what's happening? Of course, as always, there have been leaked loading screens, and previously, throughout the previous 7 seasons or so, these loading screens have been very telling as to what's going to happen later in the season, so let's go ahead and take a look at them, shall we? This is the first one. This is the screenshot that basically everyone saw many days ago for Fortnite Chapter 2's original leak, and it basically just shows a couple of the characters looking out across the brand new map, kind of as an introduction thing, which I think is pretty cool. I don't think there's really a whole lot to take away from here, but if you notice anything at all, please let me know in the comments. The next loading screen shows two of our characters taking advantage of the new fishing capability here in Chapter 2, and you can see they're on the new boat, which obviously is very cool. I think the boat is amazing, just adds a different little dynamic to the game, which I think is very appealing. And then finally, the third loading screen shows the Ripley skin coming out of the swamp in Slurpy Swamps, ironically enough. Looks like this skin was a byproduct of whatever was happening in this factory. It's interesting because through 3 loading screens so far and the entire Fortnite Chapter 2 cinematic trailer, there's no mention or reference whatsoever to the Tier 100 skin, and I believe, truly, the skin that you're seeing right now in the gameplay, which is the Tier 100 skin, it's called Fusion, will play a big role in this storyline going forward. It's the very first Tier 100 skin for the new chapter of Fortnite, and let's dive a little deeper into this skin, shall we? So, like I said, it's called Fusion, and the description, which could be very important, is merged into one. Interesting. What's been merged into one? Is this a combination of all of the Battle Pass skins for this season into one skin? I don't know if that's right or not. That's just me thinking off the top of my head, but something has been merged together to form this skin. There are several different variations of him in different colors. In the comments section down below, I would love to hear your best theories, your best ideas to possibly be featured in an upcoming video as to what's been merged to create this Tier 100 skin in Fortnite, and I assume the skin will be heavily influencing the storyline as we get later into the season, as we get more battle passes, as we get more concrete information about what's actually going on. So now I want to take a little bit of a deeper look at the Season 11, or I guess I should say Chapter 2 Season 1 Battle Pass, because clearly the Battle Pass is very telling as to what's going to happen. Same thing with the loading screens. Over the course of the past several seasons, really, the Battle Pass has been dropping hints many times throughout skins, loading screens, items, just all sorts of stuff about what's going to happen later in the season. As you can see, the first 2 skins you unlock are Journey vs. Hazard and Turk vs. Riptide, which have appeared in the first cinematic trailer, so I'm assuming they will continue to be big factors as we move forward. Very early in the Battle Pass, you've got a mech loading screen, the same robot that we saw in the Season 9 live event. Another pretty major skin, it seems like, is Ripley vs. Sludge, and this one appeared in the trailer as well as the 3rd loading screen that was leaked. He seems to be pretty important. Another Battle Pass skin that intrigues me is Remedy vs. Toxin. It's interesting how pretty much all of the skins' official names are something versus something. You've got another loading screen that features the mech from Season 9, so again, just continuing to reference multiple times the robot from Season 9. Here's another really interesting skin, and is the 4th and final skin featured in the cinematic trailer. It is 8-Ball vs. Scratch, and as you might expect, it has an 8-ball variant as well as a Scratch Ball variant, and I think it looks really, really cool. Yet another Battle Pass skin is Cameo vs. Chick, and it looks really cool. This skin is pretty amazing, a really cool female skin. Not exactly sure how she may tie into the storyline as of now. Here's a 3rd loading screen in the Battle Pass, Kindred Bears, that references the mech, the robot from Season 9. That is 3 references in one Battle Pass. Seems like that may be trying to hint to something. And then finally, I know I've mentioned it before, but we have the Fusion skin merged into one. It's the only skin in the entire Battle Pass that is not something versus something, the one abnormality from that format. It's just Fusion. More than anything else, and I know it comes as no surprise, I'm really the most curious about this skin, and I'm sure we'll find out more as we progress through the season. We're obviously only on day 2 of Chapter 2 Season 1, and got a long way to go. Lots and lots of theories and stuff to talk about in the coming months, so I'm excited about the way this season has already started. It's gotten a lot of hype. Fortnite seems to be back in a really good place as of now. A lot of really good changes have been made to Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 from Season X that that we really needed. They have to make a couple changes, but for the most part, I'm really pleased with how this has gone, really pleased with how the community in general has embraced this new chapter, and I'm really looking forward to the future. Guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Leave any of your outstanding theories in the comments for a chance to be featured and get a mention in one of my upcoming videos. If you're not following my live stream over on caffeine.tv, you're missing out. Definitely go over and do that. The link will be in the description below. We're nearing 10,000 followers on Caffeine, which I'm really thankful for, so help me get there. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to watch. I'll catch you in my next video. I'm Dr. P, and peace out.